Hey guys, it's Ashley, your scrapping nerd, and I'm back today with a layout from my creative team for scrapasketch.com. And today I'm drawing inspiration from one of the premium sketches that you can become a member to and see. You can also get stencils and printables, and there's weekly sketches. So all that information is going to be in the box below. And today I'm going to use up a lot of stash that I had, and you saw that I pulled a bunch of golf stickers and ephemera. I am scrapbooking these pictures of me and my in-laws. We went to Topgolf, which if you haven't been to Topgolf, it's like an adult version of mini golf, and there's fancier snacks and adult beverages, and it's a lot of fun. I don't like to golf, my husband does, and so this is kind of a compromise because he gets to do some actual golfing that doesn't involve like the little windmills at the mini golf, but I also can have an adult beverage and a snack, and so it works out good. But you saw that I am using, or is that I cut a golf ball from the Cricut, and I made it an 8x8 size, and I didn't want you to see the grass through the golf ball, so I also cut an 8x8 just circle, and so that's what I did here, is just backing the golf ball. And I had thought about popping up all those circles on the golf ball, but golf balls have dimples, they're more concave, and so this just adds the texture, and I really like how this turned out. And I am going to measure the center and cut it in half because I want to put one piece at the top and one piece at the bottom. And I had to like figure out how to adjust those circles because I couldn't get it to line up with the first piece that I put down. And so it was interesting, but like I said, I do like how this turned out, and I made it an 8x8 size, and it's just one of the Cricut images that are available on Design Space. And so I'm going to take this piece of grass paper, and I'm not sure where this came from. It's really thin, so it's probably like Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, one of those. And I cut an inch on two of the sides so that it was 1/2 inch around, because it's so thin. I needed to back it with a stronger paper, and I decided to just have the black matte show because I think it plays really nice off of the black elements that I add to the layout in the embellishments. And so I got that down, and I did ink the edges with some Forest Moss Distress Oxide just to hide that white core from when I cut it, because of the paper being so thin you could see it. And so these photos, I wanted to add just a fun element. So I'm using this brown graph paper. It's like a, what are those called? It's like a Project Life card, because it's thicker, but I'm only going to use parts of it, and I wanted to use my notebook punch for the edges just to add some fun to this, instead of just matting the photo in it. I had thought I was going to matte the photo, that's why there was two pieces, but I liked just having it on the edge. And I will do a very thin white photo mat for the photo. I didn't make it very thick because the part that does sit on the golf ball kind of blends into it, but it's just enough to separate the photo on the parts that are sitting on the grass, and it really frames them in. And then having that brown graph paper on the edge is really fun. And I do bring elements of that brown graph paper into my embellishment clusters, so that worked out to kind of spread that around. And this photo here is the 4x6 photo, and so it's more of like the main photo. It's my husband and I and my father-in-law. And then the other one I printed with my Canon Selfie, but I fit it, so it's a little less than 4x6, but it sits nicely up at the top so that they don't overlap too much. And it fits between the golf balls. I didn't want to cover up my golf ball too much because I really liked it, but I needed to have some clusters and a little bit more than just the golf ball. And so this golf sticker is, I want to say Jolie's. Usually that's the puffy stickers that I have in my stash that are really old. And because, like I said, the name of the place is Top Golf, I wanted to create like the little flag that is usually in the hole on the golf course. It's probably got an actual name, but I have no idea what that is. And so I took some of that brown graph paper and I just used some alphabet stickers from the Paper Studio, which is Hobby Lobby, that I got on clearance that is just from the stash. And so I put the word top and then I cut it to look like a flag, and then I'm using a toothpick here to make the part that the flag attaches to, and I'm going to put that over that word golf. And I thought I was going to put it up in the upper right corner, but I end up kind of putting the title down in the left because I just liked how the flag looked more on the left. I don't know why it was bothering me up at the top, but I did try a couple times up there. But I got that. I'm going to get that down here, and then I'm creating on the left there, you see that little felt green felt flag. It came with the golf title here, and so I'm just going to cut it into a square and put it under my little toothpick and make that like the green that the flag is sitting on, and then I have a little golf ball that I'll put with it. And I thought that turned out pretty cute. I mean, it's not this imaginative title, it's just the name of the place that it is, but I really like how that turned out. And then this saying says, "This is the good stuff." I wanted to get that on the layout, and it's a clear sticker that I had, and so I actually put it on some white scrap paper and then fussy cut it out. And I kept trying to put it up at the top because I really liked this golf bag that I had, and it's probably a Jolie's also, just judging by what it looked like. But it needed to be more of a cluster and not just floating up there with the golf ball. So I used the chevron punch and I cut 2 of the chevrons in that brown graph paper. And I'm just going to create kind of a cluster here and something to rest my golf bag on, because I kept trying to put it there and I tried to put it on the side of the photo, but I didn't like it. And then if it was just sitting in the middle of the golf ball, it didn't look right. So I used the arrows to create this little cluster here and to kind of ground the golf bag. And I found this word family in there, and so in my stash. And so I thought that worked really good up there, and I just put some of the golf balls around there and some of the tees. But that's pretty much the layout. Thank you to everyone that's liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit those buttons below. Make sure you check the description box for all the information for Scrap a Sketch. And you can use my discount code on the stencils and the printables. So make sure you check that out. Everyone have a great day. Bye.